Quiet, numbskulls, I'm broadcasting.
Ben Sorensen's Real Country Interviews, bringing you the stars of country.
Ben Sorensen here, and this is my Real Country, and across from me today is 2012 Star Maker winner, and also, was it 2011 Coca-Cola Battle of the Bands finalist, Bob Corbett. How are you, mate?
G'day, Ben. Good to see you, mate.
What a journey yours is.
Look, it really has been a journey, you know. But I've always been doing it, you know. I've always been playing and getting out there, and especially when it comes to like the Tamworth Country Music Festival, I've been doing that for near on 15 to 20 years, and you know, I've done all the things. You could say that I've ticked the boxes as far as starting off busking at the wrong end of the street next to the bloke who's singing "I fought the law and the law won."
Yep.
And you know, slowly moved into a little bit closer into the busier part of Peel Street, and then into the pubs, and then that Coca-Cola Battle of the Bands, and then this year's Star Maker.
It's a slow progression, isn't it?
I think it's a natural progression
It's
that
a natural
everybody should
progression.
take. It's kind of like the apprenticeship or something.
Well, it shows in your music, because I reckon I love Lucky Country. I love your album, but I enjoy seeing you live. I think that's where the magic is, and it really shows that you've done the hard yards out and about when you see you live, because you just magically mesmerise an audience with your effortless skill.
Oh, that's very lovely of you to say, mate. It's I don't know. It's just it's a kind of an energy that we bring to the stage. It'd feel uncomfortable if we didn't, you know. Like, even if we're having a bad day, once we all get together, it's like a barbecue. It's an onstage barbecue with the Roo Grass band, and it always has been. And even last night, we had the guys over, and we were just learning a few new songs. And a dead set talk about lack of efficiency in the band. It takes us about an hour and a half to get to work, because we just love each other's company, you know. It's it's that shared energy that we bring to the stage. Plus, the band themselves. If you ever seen the band, which you have, and to anybody that's watching this, they're just virtuoso musicians. You know, it seems to just talent seems to ooze out of them in a really natural way. But I think the most important thing is that they're good people. They're just genuinely nice people, which I don't know, is part of the whole chemistry of it too, I guess.
Well, I reckon it's how you guys think that really makes it different, because technical skill, I think you can get out there and you can learn to a certain extent. But to take it to the next level, you really do need to have that cognitive process, or that ability in there to lift it off the page and make it special. And a great example of that is your looping that you do.
Yeah.
And the only way you can do that is by thinking that way. It's not a rehearsed thing. It's okay, well, I can put these jigsaw pieces together and I can make this sound really cool. And that's the same as your entire band. It gives a wonderful life, so it can change, evolve, and move on the fly, and that's just so exciting.
There's a lot to be said about taking risks, you know. It keeps you on your toes. And I tell you what, the mistakes you can make on the loop pedal, I'll wake up in cold sweats over them. Like, they're the mistakes that you only make once.
Yes.
You know, because you set up the loop and you layer everything, and you've got this whole beautiful cacophony of sound happening, and then you stop it and you go into the next song, and if you forgot to erase the last song and you're halfway through the next song and you hit that button and the last song comes back in, it's not a good look, you know.
That's a little sad.
And there's always that element of risk, you know.
But that's what makes it exciting.
That's right, you know. It's either going to fly or it's going to sink. At least it's not that, you know, you're not choosing the middle ground, I guess.
You know, either way, people are going to want to watch it.
Well, that's right. Everybody loves a car wreck, you know. Like, everyone sits down and has a look. So, I guess you're right. And everyone likes a little bit of showbiz in a magic show, you know. So, and that's hopefully what the loop pedal brings, you know.
Well, and I think that's what the Bob Corbett and the Roo Grass band bring, because a little bit of dazzle is never a bad thing, and I think there should be a little bit more of it out there.
Yeah, I spent a lot of time when I was starting to. I've been writing songs for a long time, but getting out there and just going to songwriter nights on Tuesday nights and playing to a safe crowd of other songwriters and supportive people. I was doing that for 5 years or so, but it just seemed like it was very introverted. It was just very, everyone would just get up and sing a song, and I guess that's where I thought a performance needs a bit of a spark. It needs something to just set it apart from the rest. So I guess that's where the ideas of like the loop pedal come from, or just jumping out and having a dueling banjos, impromptu type of things.
Definitely. Now let's talk about. We probably should talk about Star Maker first before we get into the album. Now that was an exciting time of your life, an exciting process, and you're now reaping the benefits of said prize. So how much money have you put on your fuel card yet?
Mate, we just got back from the Urban Country Music Festival in Caboolture, and I reckon I filled the tank about 7 times. So, and that was probably about $70 a pop, and I'm now 4 months into the Toyota Star Maker year. So, I don't know, do the maths. I've saved all the receipts, but I haven't added them up yet. Yeah.
Nice. If only you could win it again next year and do another tour.
Yeah, let me get scheming on that one.
Yeah, top idea. But I mean, whether someone else pays for it or not, you've been going around Australia for quite a while, because I did a bit of a sticky beak into your bio and what you've been up to, and the Ks that you'd almost go through a car a year, I reckon.
Yeah, we did a big tour. We did a 21,000 kilometre tour a couple of years ago, which was amazing. There's for Western Australia and back, and down to Victoria, South Australia. Yeah, that was a big run, that one. Yeah,
absolutely amazing. Now, winning Star Maker was really, really huge, and you've got a new album which is coming out very, very soon. But we're going to talk about your first release, which was Lucky Country, which you already had done and out. And it was just redone with the Pretty Star Maker thing in the bottom corner, which was really, really great to see. And I think that's testament to your talent of yourself and the Roo Grass band to have an album that is ready to go, the same quality as everything else that is out on the marketplace, if not better, and being able to put that out straight away. I just think that's a massive advantage to you, and also a real coup for Star Maker.
Yeah, look, thanks. I really appreciate that, mate. That's something we poured our heart and soul into in the winter of last year, and in the cold studio. And how's the timing? Just to have taken out the Toyota Star Maker with that album there, and it's a testament to the organisers behind Star Maker as well. We sat down and we're talking about the new album. We're getting a Star Maker album together as we speak. But we had this product, and we said, well, this is a really good stopgap, and let's release something from it. And it's ready to go, and it's hit the top 30 in the country music radio charts, and they're playing it on CMC, and this stuff has never happened to me before, So. What a brilliant sort of alignment of the planets that happened, yeah.
Well, I love the songs that are on Lucky Country, because I think it says a lot about not only Australia, but also your views and your positive push to awaken people to the value of their country and social values as well. And I think that the message behind Lucky Country is so incredibly brilliant and needed at this time.
Well, it's a good thing that that we can complain in this country. That's the brilliant thing. But I think that we take that for granted too, and we start to get a little bit carried away and getting bogged down in the issues. Where if we were just to take a step back and see, weigh up the good against the bad, and like, just for example, just as I was talking about that trip to Caboolture in Queensland last week, which is a good 800 kilometres away.
Yep.
I didn't have to drive through one checkpoint for the entire 12 hours on the road for just one example, you know. I didn't have to go through any war zones that's a long way to travel. And that's, you know, that just doesn't happen in other countries. And, so the good things that this country's got, you know, will stretch from here to the moon and back again.
Yep.
And it just bugged me, you know, and I thought that that was time that a song like that was written. It's a little bit angry, but it's positive at the same time.
Well, you see, I think that it's got a lot of really, really good points in it that I really, really like. And one of the other things that I enjoy about the song is its feel. It might be angry, it might have a lot of these points, but it's just so beautifully done. I'm just very impressed with it. And the other thing it does highlight is it's great for us. It's a very lucky country, but I think that, as Edward de Bono once said, good but not good enough. Great country, lots going for it, so maybe we need some people in power that respect that and value that.
Yeah, and we're in the position to be able to make that difference, you know. People that say that they're just not going to vote. And I guess it's dangerous to talk about politics or religion, but if you don't vote, then don't bother complaining, I guess, is the thing, you know. You can say it in your vote, and that's what it says at the end of the song, you know. If you don't like it, you can say it in your vote. And we do have the power to make things change in this country and put the right people into power that we think that can, you know, steer this country in the direction that we want it to go.
Yep. Well, I love the song and I love the album, and I'm a big fan of your work, mate. So definitely pick up a copy of Bob Corbett's album, Lucky Country. If you get a chance, get out there and see Bob Corbett and the Roo Grass Band. Let's go to the video clip now. Here it is, Lucky Country. Thank you very much, Mr. Corbett.
Thank you, Mr. Sorensen. Great speaking to you, mate.
Have you forgotten that we live in a lucky country? Have you forgotten that we live in a lucky country? I went to school, yeah, I got Christmas presents when I was a kid. When I was sick, my mother took me to the doctor. When I was 5, she took me down to play soccer. Yeah, you got nothing to compare this to. Always shooting off and speaking way too soon. I used to sucking on your silver spoon. Have you forgotten that we live in a lucky country? Have you forgotten that we live in a lucky country? Hey, parental leave, Aussie rules and cricket at the SCG. Labour, Liberal, Independent or a Green are all better than a military regime. Do you agree? If you think that what we got here is a joke, if you don't like it, you can say it in your vote. Yeah, our descendants, they all came here on a boat. Have you forgotten that we live in a lucky country? Have you forgotten that we live in a lucky country? Have you forgotten that we live in a lucky country? First world, second world, first world, second world, third world, fourth world, go! Choose to run our race, you lucky bastard, you're allowed to stay your place. 'Cause I know that I'm living in a lucky country. Your sons and daughters are all living in a lucky country. We have got the space, regardless of your religion or your race. You might like blue tack or you might like Perkins paint. You might have a really musical taste. It doesn't matter. Yes, it's easy to explore our darkest side, parts of our history that some people try to hide. But look no further than what you hold deep inside. And don't forget that you are living in a lucky country. Yeah, don't forget that you are living in a lucky country.
Sorensen Real Country Interview. Hear this interview and many more at www.realcountrymix.com.